So Liverpool have somehow done it again. 1-0 down going into the dying stages against Crystal Palace, and they've somehow come away with a last gasp 2-1 victory. An incredible show of mentality really from Jurgen Klopp's side. They keep pulling it out of the bag when you think they're about to be beaten, don't they? Incredible run they're on of not really playing particularly well, but somehow coming away with the results. And I think it's Jurgen Klopp's mentality monsters almost showing their faces again, really. And I think, again, as was the case in midweek against Sheffield United when it wasn't a great performance and they came away with the win, maybe again you've got to put this win and this performance in its proper context again. I mean, I start with the fact that again, it was a 12:30 kickoff away from home, which Liverpool just keep getting saddled with, and that as well coming after a midweek kickoff on Wednesday. Now, if that midweek kickoff, late kickoff on a Wednesday, had been in the Champions League, Liverpool would not have been given the 12:30 kickoff away from home straight after that. But because it wasn't a Champions League game for some reason, TNT and the broadcasters believe it's acceptable that you can be put in that slot. I think that's unfair on Liverpool, and I think you saw signs of why that's unfair and why broadcasters don't do that when you're in the Champions League, because you see signs of fatigue in your performance and find it really difficult, and that made things easier for Crystal Palace to sort of get on top of Liverpool, make life difficult for them, and hope to find gaps then on the break. And we really saw evidence of that through the performance, which was largely sloppy from Liverpool. Don't want to criticise too much because obviously they end up winning the game, but it's a massive factor in why they play the way they do. And there were other factors as well that Liverpool had to deal with. I mean, Palace coming into this were in a really poor run of form, and Roy Hodgson had made some comments that the fans weren't particularly happy with, so he would have been really focused on getting his players playing here. And Selhurst Park is a difficult place to go anyway. Usually the atmosphere is really good there, and Liverpool have not had many easy games at Crystal Palace down the years. So again, we saw that all come together, throw in the kick-off time as well, and Palace playing well, and it became a really tricky game. And it's even more so when you're in this festive fixture list, which Jurgen Klopp has described as the most grueling fixture list in the world. Then you throw all that together and you're going to get a bit of a patchy performance, and you're going to get a difficult game from Liverpool's perspective, and this certainly was that, even though they came away with the victory in the end. Now, one of the moments I think is going to be focused on as the key moment in the game is Jordan Ayew being sent off late in the second half with Palace 1-0 up. Obviously Liverpool then go on to turn things around and score almost immediately the equaliser, and then go on to win it. And I do think there's going to be focus on this, as I say, but I don't think there should be too much said about it, because I think Jordan Ayew, the commentary around the game, they was saying that he was unlucky to be sent off, and there was an element of misfortune and maybe fortune in Liverpool's favour with that decision going for them. But I think, look, if you've already had a yellow card, that's not a reason not to get another yellow card. And Jordan Ayew's foul is very, it's stopping a counter. It's very much, in all situations, you would say, pretty much a nailed on yellow. It's very rare that you see a player stop an obvious counter attack and not get the yellow. Now, Ayew's kind of unlucky in the sense that the first yellow he gets is for a ball being kicked onto him, stopping a free kick being taken quickly, and also the fact that Crystal Palace had stopped a few other counters with fouls earlier in the game and not seen yellow cards. So maybe he's unlucky that he's the man that the referee thinks has crossed the line and has to get the yellow. But I think, on reflection, that decision, you can probably have a few complaints about it. As I say, a counter attack, when you stop it, is always typically a nailed on yellow. So I don't think that should be seen as a controversial moment, and I think it sort of shows that Liverpool, although they played poorly in this game, Crystal Palace were having to resort to desperate moments like that, putting a foul in on the counter to stop it, to stop Liverpool playing. And once he had that taken away from them by the red card, then Liverpool really upped the pressure, started to play and play well and go on to win. And while I'm on the referee, I also wanted to talk about his performance in general, because we're so critical of referees when they have poor games. And yes, there's been too many moments in games in the Premier League this season where referees have made decisions that have gone against Liverpool or gone against other teams even, that have been really poor on reflection, and they haven't got the right decision. But I think you've got to say in this game the referee was pretty much spot on. Not just that red card, which I obviously agree with, and that goes in Liverpool's favour, but a couple of big decisions before that in the game. The first is when Crystal Palace think they have the opening goal from a nicking the ball high up the pitch and scoring on the counter, but you watch the replays and it's quite clear that Endo gets fouled in the build-up, and I think it did take the referee a little while to watch it back and spot that on the replay. But what we want in these situations, we all said it after the Luis Diaz non-goal at Tottenham Hotspur, is that no matter how long it takes, we want the right decision to be reached. And ultimately the referee watched that, he looked at all the angles, watched the foul back in full speed as well, which again we want to see. And he arrives at the right decision, which is to rule out the goal. And I think we should give credit to officials when they do that. And equally, there's another decision in the game that I think he gets absolutely spot on. and that's the penalty awards against Liverpool. Now, it takes a time to get there. Again, VAR takes a long time to look at it, but I think that process would have been sped up slightly had the ball gone out of play at any moment, but it didn't. The VAR still has to look at it, and they get time to check it because the ball doesn't leave play, and then eventually the referee stops it, goes and checks, and I think it's a straightforward decision. That is very much a penalty. I don't think Liverpool can have any complaints about that. So, as I say, I want to give credit to the referees because we spend so much time talking about them, criticising them when they get it wrong, and they do get it wrong. But I think in this situation and in this game, referee and his VAR officials had a very, very good game, and you've got to give them a lot of credit. Now, I go back to Liverpool now. This isn't a video talking just about officials, is it? We want to talk about the football, and with Liverpool again, like I say, it wasn't a vintage performance today, and I think there is going to be pressure on them eventually to play well soon, because I think you could probably say the last 3 games, really, they've won them all, and yet they've not really played anywhere near the best, and they've needed late goals to win them, or they've needed set pieces to win them. So, you know, you want Liverpool to start playing well soon, but I think in this period, as I say, it's so grueling. The fixtures are coming thick and fast. I think the main job is at the moment to stay in touch with the top, really, and stay in touch with Arsenal at the top. Or, well, at the very moment I'm filming this video, Liverpool are sat top of the Premier League, so you can't ask for much more than that. Yes, they're going to have to play well eventually, and we hope that will happen in the games that are coming up. They've got a couple of back-to-back fixtures in the league coming up now at Anfield with Manchester United and Arsenal, and wow, they don't need any invitation to play well in those or any motivation. So hopefully we can see things sort of turn for them on that basis, and those Anfield games can be really good, and we can see better football, better play from Liverpool in those games. But at the moment, they're just keeping getting the points on the board, and that's all you got to do in this early stage of the season, is set yourself up to get on a run in the second half of the season. Hopefully that is exactly what we're seeing from Liverpool. Now, I'm going to go through the performances now individually as usual. I'll start with the goalkeeper now. It could maybe feel a little bit harsh on Kevin Kelleher that he gets knocked out the side in between the sticks with Alisson having only trained twice coming into this game. But I think you see exactly why Alisson Becker has to come straight back in. Makes 2 unbelievable saves in this game that are utterly crucial. The first is from Jefferson Lerma. Palace get the ball in down the right hand side. It's a counter attack. It looks like a simple tap in. It's a sort of save that basically no other keeper in the world makes, and I think that is Alisson is just unrivaled at making stops like that, and he keeps the follow up out as well when he sort of the ball is going up and it looks like it's going to go in, and he claws it away. He's just unbelievable with saves like that. I just think, like I said, he's the best goalkeeper in the world for me, and that's why, even though Kelleher had done well when he'd come in, you have to, even after 2 training sessions, you have to put Alisson Becker straight back in, and he shows it again towards the end with Joachim Andersen gets a header on goal that Alisson does well to get down and save. That one maybe would have been offside if VAR had looked at it, if it had hit the back of the net, but we don't know that at this moment. So as far as we know, we didn't get to see the lines drawn or anything like that, so he has to go down as an unbelievable save that, again, helps Liverpool come away with the 3 points today. So what a goalkeeper he is, to come back in after that short injury layoff and look like he hasn't missed a beat. He's just unbelievable. Can't sing his praises enough, and absolutely crucial again in a game where Liverpool aren't quite at their best. Now, move on to the defence and talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. So much debate around him at the moment about where he should be playing. Should he be right back? Should he be moved into that central midfield position? We saw a little bit of both from him today, but I just think he's so influential regardless of where he was on the pitch. The statistics absolutely back it up. 6 chances created, 14 passes into the final third, and also 8 recoveries, which recoveries, he doesn't get a lot of credit for his defensive work, but he was good on that side of things today. And I just think there are going to be some times you're going to need him in midfield, and I think because Crystal Palace was such a low block, and Liverpool, particularly when they went up a man as well, they needed to just get Trent into that position. They don't need to hide him in that situation, because it's not exactly like Crystal Palace were pushing him back into right back, and he could, I think they just saw that there was enough space in front and that Crystal Palace were deep enough that you could just move Trent there permanently. And obviously Joe Gomez is playing well at the minute, so to bring him on at right back, you don't lose a lot there. So I just, as I say, I think a decent game from Trent today, really creative and show what he's all about. I feel like his creativity and his influence has only gone up since he moved into those Adidas Predator boots. So long may that continue. And he is just playing out of his skin at the moment. Again, not a vintage performance from Liverpool by any means, but he is without doubt their most creative player at the moment, and the only one who looks like he can make things happen when others are kind of struggling in that regard. So another phenomenal performance from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alongside him in defence, Jarell Quansah, a bit of a surprise pick for this one, you have to say, because obviously Ibrahim Konate would generally be the first choice pick there, and Joe Gomez doesn't start the game. So again, to overlook Konate, even though you might be protecting him, but and then also to overlook Gomez for that starting spot, maybe shows you how much faith Jurgen Klopp has got in Jarell Quansah. But I think we saw a little bit today for the first time that maybe that faith is a little bit too much or a little bit misplaced, and it's a big ask of a young player to throw him into situations like this. And if he is going to replace Joel Matip in the long term, then you're going to hope that he can perform a little bit better than he did today. I mean, he wins 0 out of 2 ground duels, just a 1 out of 3 aerial duels, and he obviously gives away the penalty with a really clumsy challenge. I thought he was pretty decent in some of the other stuff he did. It wasn't like Crystal Palace were constantly targeting him and he looked really poor, but I think you did just see that he's maybe a little bit of a step down, for quite a bit of a step down at this moment in his career from Joel Matip. So it's going to be interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp does going into January, whether he thinks that Jarell Quansah can still do that job. And today was just a rare off day, because don't forget, he's played well in every other game he's played for Liverpool so far, been really, really impressive, but today seemed like a step too far. So it's a big decision for the manager to make, whether he either keeps showing that faith in Quansah, whether he thinks he can play a role over the remainder of this season, and he's going to have to, with Konate and Gomez tending to pick up injuries, or whether he thinks it's time to dip into the market. That's going to be a really interesting one to track going forward into that January window. Now, alongside him, Virgil van Dijk, I think, again, for me, he's absolutely back to his best. I know Liverpool conceded the goal, but it is from a penalty, and they otherwise sort of managed Crystal Palace's threat fairly well through the game. I think a lot more of the problems were further up the pitch, and Van Dijk's absolutely key to managing that threat. 4 out of 4 from his aerial duels, 3 out of 4 on the ground, 8 clearances made. Palace did show some threat at times, but I think Van Dijk is absolutely back to his best and completely managed that. Thought a really, really good game from him today. Another one because he's in remarkable form at the minute, and as I say, back to those sort of top world class standards that he's set. Probably, arguably the best central defender in the Premier League. He's probably up there in the world at the moment. Another fantastic performance. On the out to left back now with Kostas Tsimikas, and I'm a big fan of him, and I think he's been playing really well today. I thought it was sort of a mixed performance. Didn't really do anything poorly, but didn't always win his challenges. Sort of up and down really. Didn't disgrace himself or allow Crystal Palace to create great threat down his side or anything like that. But he wasn't fantastic on the ball, which usually is a bit of a strength of his. He can be a good threat down that left hand side, but I didn't think he showed that today. And as I say, didn't win all of his challenges. So a bit of a mixed performance. Not a poor one, I would say, but as I say, just a mixed performance. Not exactly perfect, but not exactly terrible either. Now moving to midfield, the holding role, Endo was in there again with obviously Alexis McAllister having that cut on his knee, so he couldn't play again today, and Endo coming into the holding role. And again, similarly to Tsimikas really, sort of a mixed performance, wins 4 out of 9 of his ground duels. I'm going to talk a lot about ground duels actually in midfield when I go into this section, because I think it's something that Liverpool have shown a little bit of a weakness in recently, and it's interesting. They keep winning despite that, but you wonder whether that's something that's going to bite them on the backside at some point. But Endo wins 4 out of 9, which is not too bad. I think he showed some okay touches in tight areas, as we've seen from him before, and he also moves the ball fairly well. Gets caught a couple of times, but he is fouled a lot as well. So, that maybe stays in your mind as him being caught on the ball. But I think he's actually just really good at knowing where the man who's trying to nick the ball off him is, and sort of feeling the contact and going down in almost a Didi Hamann way. If people remember him playing for Liverpool, he's quite good at that. It's interesting that he gets taken off as Liverpool look like they don't need much protection. They know Crystal Palace are going to try and protect the lead, and I think the manager's just thinking, let's just try and attack these and try and get on top of them. So I don't think Endo was sacrificed necessarily for playing poorly, even though I didn't think he was phenomenal. I think it was just a case where Liverpool knew they needed to get more attacking threat on the pitch, which is to move Trent Alexander-Arnold into that deep role and get him dictating the play from there. So Endo got a big role to play this season, even if it wasn't a perfect performance from him today. Now in front of him, those 2 number 8 roles. Again, this ground duels thing I think comes into it with these two now. So obviously starting on the left hand side with Gravenberg. He wins 2 out of 6 ground duels, which it gives too much of it allows Crystal Palace to get too much of a foothold in that central area, I feel, and I don't think he did well enough in that regard. And his passing accuracy is just 72%, which is really poor. Shows he's not using the ball well. I think he's having the first little stutter of his Liverpool career at the moment, finding things kind of difficult, which we should expect. He's a young player. He's come to a new league. It's going to be difficult at times. I think this is he's coming up against in games that he's not really felt before. Crystal Palace away is very much a Premier League type test, isn't it? Very physical. They make things difficult for you, and they've also got a lot of quality as well. So I think he really struggled today, Gravenberg, and he has been doing recently. But so hopefully he can come out the other side of that pretty soon. Alongside him, Szoboszlai, again, he's another one who I think is sort of, having that moment where he adapts to the league and things aren't completely going his way in terms of that adaptation. Sorry, I think he's in a little bit of a rough moment, especially when compared to the start of his Liverpool career, where he's absolutely flew out the gate. 2 out of 8 ground duels won, again, not very good. As I said, it gives Crystal Palace a foothold in that central area and allows them to dictate the game, which is not what you want to do. The difference, I think, between him and Gravenberch is that he completes 94% of his passes, which is really good. But the one thing I would criticise Szoboszlai for, and this might seem unfair, is his passing accuracy was very good, but I think he wasn't really trying things. Maybe because he's struggling a little bit at the moment and not playing poorly, but not playing at his best. He's maybe not trying things as much as he would in that early stage of his Liverpool career. So, for example, he ends up with 0 chances created, which it just wouldn't have happened in the first sort of 5 or 6 games when he first joined Liverpool. He's playing so conservatively and playing so safe. We do want to see more from him, and we definitely can, because we've seen it already. But hopefully, again, it's just like Liverpool. He's coming through this tough festive period. He's getting used to that. He's not used to playing through this festive period, or it's certainly not with the games as compressed as they are at the moment, the fixture list. So hopefully he can come out the other side of this. Couple of Anfield games coming up where really big ones, and he's a big game player as well, isn't he, Szoboszlai? So hopefully he can come out the other side of that, and him and Gravenberch can have a really big influence, but really wasn't for both of them for different reasons, not really quite their day today. Now, into the forward line, start with Mohamed Salah. Gets his 200th goal for Liverpool. What an unbelievable player he is. I think, again, not everything went for him today, but he keeps trying, keeps getting in the positions. I think he's not helped by the fact that I don't think things are going great around him, and I don't think Liverpool creatively are playing at the best at the moment. I spoke about Gravenberch and Szoboszlai not really creating much. I think the other forwards aren't really chipping in terms of that, and Salah's a creator himself, but and we've seen a lot of that this season. But I think you're asking a lot of him to be the sole creator out of 5 people who are in those forward areas. It's a lot of the weight for him to carry, and still he ends up with a crucial moment today in terms of getting that equalising goal straight after the red card, and that propels Liverpool to victory. So you cannot criticise him too much at all, and I'm sure, again, he's another one coming into these big games at Anfield. He'll be absolutely relishing that and hoping we can see him at his best in those, and that he can have another couple of big moments to celebrate that 200 goal, and let's see if we can make it 201, 202, 203. He loves a goal against United, and one against Arsenal would be equally worthwhile as well, wouldn't it? Now, I'll move on to the other forwards now. I'll start with Darwin Núñez in that centre forward position, and I'll be honest, I thought he had a poor game today. Again, he's one who doesn't seem to be going for him at the moment, not quite matching that early season form. Again, probably not helped by the fact that creatively things aren't working behind him, so it's not like he's missing an awful lot of chances again at the moment, because those chances aren't really being created. But he is 0 for 2 in terms of his shots and whether they're on target or not, and one big chance missed in this game. There's one, I think that big chance missed might have gone down as the moment when a ball is clipped over the top and he meets it in front of goal, and he should do a lot better with those. I just think his confidence is being affected by the fact there's not a lot of chances being created for him at the moment. Really want Liverpool to click in terms of that, because it's making things hard for the forwards, and I also think the forwards themselves aren't playing particularly well. So that's an interesting one to monitor. That cannot last too long. Liverpool can't keep this up, because otherwise it's gonna hurt them at some point. And I think Núñez, he really is part of that. He probably really needs to get back to that form and start scoring goals again, because I think we're on to 7 or 8 games now without him scoring a goal for Liverpool, and that's too long a drought for your main striker to be on. He really does need to get back among the goals soon. Luis Diaz, another one who I think it's not kind of working for at the moment, but again with Diaz, and it's similar with all of them really, he stick to the task in terms of defensively, always tracking the fullback. He completes 2 out of 3 dribbles as well today, so he's doing things, he is making things happen, but I just think maybe the movement's not right alongside him, maybe things are not clicking, maybe he's not being put into dangerous positions enough. The thing is with Diaz, he's being asked a lot to come deep for the ball and to create from there, and I think sometimes you would just like to see him higher up the pitch, but because what's happening behind him isn't quite right, he's sort of struggling, he's trying to help out, and things aren't really going well. But as I say, some big games coming up. Let's hope things can click for that attack and whoever's in it. Now I want to talk about the substitutes who come on today. I'll start with Gakpo. He's been really good off the bench recently, and I think he has another huge influence. He puts the cross in that results in the equalising goal, so another contribution off the bench from Liverpool. And there were other subs who played really well as well. Jones gets the assist for Salah with the little poke down. I actually think if Salah doesn't find the back of the net there, Jones probably wins a penalty. So that shows it's a lovely little touch and forces the defender to dive in, and Salah gets a shot from there. He also completes 15 out of 17 passes, which we know is something he does. He hasn't been in the team recently, which is an interesting one. He's just been on the bench, and I suspect he's maybe carrying something, because I think every time he comes on he looks influential. So be interesting to see if he goes back into the team for these big games that are coming up, because I think he's so reliable, and with Gravenberch being a little bit up and down at the moment, I think Jones should maybe be back in the team if he is fit enough to start games. Let's hope that he is. I also want to talk about Joe Gomez down that right hand side. You used to feel like you'd lose something in terms of attacking if you put Joe Gomez in that right back position, but I just don't think that's the case anymore. He completes 2 out of 2 dribbles. He looks so dangerous down that right hand side. He uses the ball really well, helped get Liverpool back on the front foot. So another really good cameo from him, and he really is just a genuine option down that right hand side. And I wonder whether we're just going to see that from the start of the game soon, because it looks really impressive every time that happens, and Trent Alexander-Arnold moves into midfield. So that's a really interesting one to measure. And now I want to finish up now by talking about the man who was my man of the match, really. I thought one of the subs, and it's Harvey Elliott. I thought absolutely phenomenal. Now, obviously, it's easy to pick him out as such an influential player in this game because he scores the winner, and it's a brilliant goal, brilliant finish. It's great to hear him credit Mohamed Salah for sort of teaching him about that finish when he's speaking in his post-match interview. But it wasn't just that was influential for me. Yes, Liverpool were helped very much by the fact that Crystal Palace get a man sent off, but Elliott is so crucial to the fact that this game changes for me, because what he does is when he comes on, he gets Liverpool playing. He's playing the short pass, wanting the ball, demanding the ball in central areas. And it's credit really to him, and shows how important and how good these Liverpool players think he is. That the fact is that every time they got their heads up, they were looking for Elliott in central positions to dictate the play in those dying moments and to get them playing, and he absolutely did it. Completes 23 out of his 23 passes, and they're not just short, not risky ones or safe passes. The risky ones, the ones that put people in behind, and he still completes them all. He gets his goal brilliant, but he also almost provides an assist for Diaz. Just a marginal offside sort of denies him the goal there, but it's a brilliantly weighted pass for a dink finish. And as I say, he just got Liverpool playing around Palace in a way that they had not done throughout the entirety of the game. Palace had it so easy defending against Liverpool until you bring on this little diminutive playmaker who just gets them playing and passing and probing until he finds the gaps. And then he finds the biggest gap of all in scoring the winning goal. And I think he's just been phenomenal this season. We're seeing him take huge steps forward. He's maybe not been as influential from the starting games, but he's been Liverpool's best substitute by a million miles so far this season. I think his influence and importance to this team is only growing. I think he's got a massive future at Liverpool. So for me, absolutely the man of the match, and a key part of the fact that Liverpool, despite not playing well again, have come away with a massive 3 points that takes them top of the Premier League. So that's my thoughts on the performance and the team in the individual performances as well. Please let me know in the comments what you thought. Who was your man of the match? Can Liverpool keep winning? Are they going to come out of these bad performances? Is it going to turn good eventually, and Liverpool are going to get themselves on a run? Can they sustain this Premier League title charge? Let's hope so, and let me know what you think about that. As ever, I'm going to ask if you can please like, and if you don't subscribe, then please do if you enjoyed this video. And the matches keep coming thick and fast, so I'm sure I'll see you very soon.